Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel and I go by Rachel Ray on the internet, and welcome back to another episode of Flosstube. This is an episode of my channel where I talk about cross stitch and sometimes knitting, and I do have a little bit of knitting to show you, and it's been about 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks I think since my last video, so I actually have quite a bit of work to show you. But before I get started, in case you are new here, my pronouns are she, her. I live in Southwest Ireland, but originally I'm from the United States, and this is a channel about crafting. I do a lot of, or I have done a lot of diamond painting in the past. These days I cross stitch a lot and I knit a lot. So I hope that you find something that you enjoy here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I have a new start. I have lots of works in progress. I have a little bit of haul, and the knitting I will save until the very, very end. So I hope that you enjoy. I'm out of practice with filming as well, if you can't tell. Please, please, please get yourself a drink of water or coffee or whatever you like. This is my dog Luna. She's actually sleeping right behind me. Gosh, I hope the lighting is okay. All right, let's get into this. So, as soon as I decided that I was going to take a little break for my mental health, I was alerted to several things that happened. I don't know. It's not really my place to say things about everything, but I have to tell you that I am very much an internalizer. I find it difficult to lead or rally. And as soon as I heard about the news about the Ukraine, I went into kind of a panic mode, because a part of me believed that Russia is trying to start World War III, okay? And I now live in Europe, so I'm closer. And also, I have friends who are Ukrainian. I know designers that are Ukrainian, and so I was scared as well. So I'm just here to say that I stand with Ukraine as well, but I also think that it's important that we remember that most of Russia, the population of Russia, does not want this. They do not want to get into a war. They do not want to be put in a situation where they're cut off from the world, etc., etc. Putin is absolutely evil, like 100%. And I don't think that his people want what he wants. So it's important that we remember, when I say I stand with Ukraine, it doesn't mean that I stand against Russia. It means that I do not want to see this war happen. I'm very much a peaceful person. I would rather see peaceful actions being taken than this nonsense. And with that said, I was alerted to, because there are some fabulous people out there that are on it all the time. They're very good at what they do. I saw that there was a specific designer out there whose name is Aya Rosen, and they have a Gumroad website where you can pay what you want for a chart. So I went ahead and I got Seek Peace. I always forget what it says. Why do I do that? Okay, sorry, hold on 1 second. I've got a whole... Yeah. Oh, there it is. I was like, what? I've got a lot to show you today, but, you know, sometimes I'm organized and I get as organized as I can before I get started, but then I get a little bit off track, you know? That's just the nature of Rachel. Seek peace and pursue it. For some reason in my head, I keep saying seek peace and take refuge in it. So she has this pattern on her site, and I donated to her, and then I also donated to a few other charities, and I also purchased other charts, but I'll talk about that later. This is how far I got. This is the upper wing of the bird. The bird is holding an olive branch on this side, and then there's text at the bottom. I am stitching this. This is I believe a 32 count mystery ornament size. I want to say Lugana or Joblin. It's an even weave, that much I know. And I'm stitching it with this Trenway silk, this yellow here. Oops. This is called Mina Harker. This came in a Halloween box from Stitchy Box, I think. And then I'm going to use this blue. Come on. This blue will be the text and the olive branch. So these are the colors of the Ukrainian flag. And this one came from Megan at Coffee Craft Fabrics, I believe. I get these names mixed up sometimes, and I do apologize if I make a mistake, but I haven't written it down on the floss card. That's why I am having trouble remembering it. Let's see, Coffee Craft Fabrics. Yeah, I was right. Okay. See, it's all in there. It's a matter of getting it out. So those two colors together, Mina Harker, and this blue she did not name. It was just gifted to me, or it was sent to me to review. So that's why I have it. That's my start. And I want to say that that's about 200 stitches. Thereabouts. There's a total of about 1,400 stitches, I think. So that's going to be an easy finish. And that's why I chose that one. I saw that there were other there are other patterns out there that people are starting. And there's a hashtag, Stitch for Ukraine, Stitch for Ukraine Sal. There's a lot of them. Excuse me. But the one that I wanted to choose was something that I felt like I could get good progress on, that I could finish relatively quickly, because my motto for this year was really no new starts unless they were actually planned. But that's my new start. All right, let's move on. I keep tugging my hair, and then I'm like, ooh, who is that? Okay. Next up, I want to share my works in progress, my WIPs, works in progress. And the first one, I think, oh, you know what? I actually didn't do any progress on this, so I won't bother, but I will show you a little bit. This is my Long Dog sampler, the new normal. I did not actually get any more progress done on this. So I'm exactly where I was last time that you saw it. I intended to take this out because I'm doing the Long Dog Along, or Long Dog Sampler Sal 2022, but I did not do a lot of stitching in the last 2 weeks, I'm going to be honest. But this did not get touched, so never mind. I'll put that over there, put that away. I do want to show you another WIP that I worked on, because February was Februaviary. Februaviary is an event that my friend Jessie holds, Mislaid Pages, here on YouTube. And I have a pattern called Small Birbs, B-R-B-S, B-I-R-B-S, I'm okay, by Ink Circles. It's a beautiful little kind of, what would you call that, Quaker? It's not my style, I'll be honest, but it is fun to stitch. As in, I don't know if I would be the kind of person that would put this on their wall, but I've made it into something that I'd put on my wall. Does that make sense? So, yes, there are dangling threads. I am the kind of person that parks. Ooh, there we go. So this is where I am. What I did, I removed, whoops, wrong way. I removed this stitch in this, I think, hyacinth-ish thing that was off. Then I came down and I did a lot of this border here, and I filled in that little butterfly, and I did this little motif here. Right in between is where you can put your initials, but I have no idea how to do that. It only came with the letters SM. I think there might be another few letters charted. Nope, just SMOL. It'll say small, but I don't know. I'm on the fence about writing small SMOL on it. I might put other initials in there. I'm just going to leave it empty for now. So yeah, that is what I got so far. And I remember that I was watching my friend Dace over on Twitch while he was stitching, and I also was with Jessie as well on Mislaid Pages while stitching on this. The only problem is that it is so small that I have to wear magnifiers, and it's hard to work on this at nighttime. Again, I have to find time in the day to stitch these like certain projects. But I did get a little bit in, so it is cute. I love the colors. I chose my own colors, and you can see the color conversion over on my whip list, which is linked down below. It's a Google document. You're more than happy to use the same colorway as me if you want. But I really like blues and purples, and I thought that the silks, the blues, purples, and then that really funky, super variegated floss and a cream would look really good together. This is I think this is actually, yeah, this is 28 count The Greens by Fortnite Fabrics, but I'm stitching it 1/1. And this is Jobelan. This is like super duper even. Super, super even. So it's very easy. It's easy to see. It's just hard to stitch 1/1 on for me. Again, I'm a really new stitcher. I only started cross stitching in 2019. So, you know. Oh, and the needle minder is from Crafty Emily on YouTube. Check her out. Crafty Emily. Love watching her Flosstube. All right, here's the big one that everybody's been wanting to see, which is my Japanese Zen Moss Garden chatelaine. This is my focus piece this year, and I did get some of the Petite Treasure Braid and Silk Lame for this project in the last 2 weeks. So this is where we are now. I'll have to add a better picture, but this is just so you can see the overall view of it. My hair just got in my eyeballs. I know you can see the background of my room as well. Focus? No focusing? Not today? It's so sunny outside, y'all. So what you're seeing here is the middle mandala is now full of some treasure braid in beautiful colors. This is silver, seashell, and a bluey color. What is it called? I don't remember. Anyway. And then inside of these holes here, we finally filled them in with seashell as well, since they came in. This pattern is also full of dog hair now because I have a collie. My plan is to fill in as much of the center as possible before continuing on with these, I call them the cardinal directions. Once those are all done, then I'm going to start moving upward in directions. So we'll go, I'm pretty sure, because I don't like moving the Q-snap all the time. But we'll see. We'll see when I get there how I feel. Do I want to continue with the same colors all the way around like I'm doing right now? Or do I just want to go up like this? This is a massive chart. So these are quite dense, and it takes about 3 stitching days to complete, 3 or 4 stitching days to complete one of these. So I will be continuing to work on this throughout March. But my goal is to have these 2 quadrants finished by the end of March. And as much as the middle as possible, but the middle is full of beads. So it's going to kind of look like this until the very end when I start beading. But it is gorgeous. I will have put in a close-up picture so that you can see a little bit better, since when I hold up black or white fabric on camera, it always kind of does this thing with the colors. And I, as much as I would love to understand, I am not yet a professional photographer or videographer. I'm just a human that likes to cross stitch and make videos sharing my experience in cross stitch. And my hair is driving me nuts. Okay. So, you know when you wash your hair and then it just doesn't want to do what you want it to do? Yeah, that's me right now. Let's talk about, let's do some thank yous. I got Happy Mail. I got a beautiful card from Bev McInnes. Thank you so much. This is beautiful. She colored this herself, made this card herself. Oops. And I forgot that there were these things. So the inside, she just said thank you for, she won the giveaway where I did the Summertime sampler by Blue Flower and Lindy Stitches. And she sent me some stitch markers for knitting. One is a koala, and one is a heart that says Knitting Diva. This is cute. Thank you so much. These are handmade items by Deborah. It says Vintage Mildred shop in Australia. So for my Aussie viewers, you can get handmade stitch markers there. Definitely check out our shop. I would love to buy some, but Australia is very expensive to ship from at the moment. And then I got this beautiful card from Gwen. She actually sent it in the mail. Look at this. It says happy palindrome birthday, Rachel, because my birthday was 22/02/2022. And on the inside, she sent me another cherry tree. Isn't it beautiful? I love it so much. You just put it out on your desk or whatever, and it's so pretty. The inside also, the pages are cut with cherry blossoms, as if, you know, the cherry blossoms have fallen onto the ground. Isn't that beautiful? I'm sure that you can make these with like crickets and stuff. I have no idea how to do that, but it's gorgeous. Thank you, Gwen. I've already said thank you in person, but thank you. And haul. A little bit of haul, and then I'll talk plans, and then I'll talk knitting. Haul this time, aside from the Petite Treasure braid, which isn't all that exciting, just to show you like 4 colors of sparkly floss. I ordered an Owl Forest embroidery kit back in January. I think it was like at the very beginning of January. Or the end of December. It could have been when I got COVID, because I did a lot of retail therapy when I got sick. But I ordered a kit from Owl Forest Embroidery. They are in Russia. And would like to just, okay, I'm going to point it out now. So if you are looking to support Ukrainian or Russian designers at this time, I would highly recommend buying digital patterns from them. That way they can still get paid by Etsy or whatever, however they can do it, so that they can continue to buy groceries and support their families. You can go on to alforest.ru and you can browse their digital pattern section, and they will automatically download. You don't have to wait at all. I don't know how long it's going to take to be able to get physical items from Russia or the Ukraine again. So another bit of haul before I open this box. I went ahead and I went online a few days ago to support one of my favorite beaded cross-stitch people. I went on to Amazon.com, which is the US site, obviously, and I purchased a beaded cross-stitch kit. It's one of the silk ones, and the designer is still going to get paid. The person who put together the kit is still going to get paid through Amazon. Hopefully that will be somewhat fast. Hopefully those funds aren't frozen to the Ukraine. But all about embroidery UA on Etsy, it says they're taking a short break. They can't ship anything, obviously. So you can do that. Search for things like that. There's also designers like Stitchy Princess on Etsy who has digital patterns available, and there are others as well. Forgive me for not remembering, but if you the hint that I heard was, if you go on to Etsy, let's say, and you search for cross-stitch pattern and then filter it for digital items only, and then search by country, then you can type in Ukraine, Russia, wherever, and it will show you those items from those places. That would be a wonderful way to help as well. I know that some people have different feelings on this, but I feel like it's a way to support designers in the hobby that we enjoy. You're helping real people, and that's a way to do good. There are other ways to do good as well, and I'll talk about that at the end of the video. But I digress. This I ordered in January. It's a kit called Rooks. I believe I showed it in my last Flosstube. It's a beautiful pattern. Love it. So I bought the kit. I also bought a few other thread packs, and I will show you those after I show you the kit. But I'm going to show you what the kit looks like. You get a booklet that tells you how to work with variegated flosses. Then you get a thread pack. There we go. These are put on bobbins. Excuse me, they're put on bobbins, and the bobbins have the symbol on them. So you can choose to wind them if you like. You get two massive booklets of patterns. You get one full page pattern and one that's all broken up into little bits, so that you can like say, oh, I'm going to stitch this much. So you just cut out that one pattern, which I think is really, really neat. It's a good idea. You also get a needle minder and a needle that is themed to the kit. And then I got a piece of fabric as well. I'm going to keep it in the plastic. This is a raw linen in an oatmeal beige, like brown khaki color. And that is the kit. That is Rooks, the kit. These colors are not giving me life right now, but the pattern is beautiful, and I'm glad that I have the kit. I had actually not intended, but I had somehow you know, things happen. You know how, what is it called? Is it called kismet, I think, or serendipity or something like that, where you decide to do something and then you find that someone else is doing either the same thing or a similar thing. And yeah, the universe was working together. My friend Dace on Twitch, he actually was like, we're doing Owl Forest February. And I had ordered it, you know, so early. I thought, well, maybe it'll get here on time. But unfortunately, it came a little too late for me to jump in on the Owl Forest February. He had like a giveaway going on his Discord channel. It was really interesting. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's fine. I understand. It's a lot of technology, but I decided once it arrived that it wasn't going to happen. It just wasn't going to happen now, but it will happen later. I did get some more flosses as well. I got these flosses. This is the thread pack for the Czar set. I cannot pronounce his name, but there's a villain that is no longer available as a kit. So I got another thread pack. So now I have 2 thread packs. I'm going to double check, because the reason I got it was because I'm worried that if I do this on 28 count that I'm not going to have enough floss. So I just want to have a backup for when I eventually do stitch it. And I have to find beads and all that as well. So, but I'm not worried about that right now. I got the threads. That's all I care about. And then I got threads for another pattern that I downloaded from them in 2020. So this is something that I recommend if you're looking at their patterns, specifically Owl Forest, because they do over dye DMC. You can, like me, order the pattern online, a digital pattern, and then you can go back years later and you can get, you know, well, provided that they have it, a floss pack for that. I love these colors. These colors are giving me life right now. If my camera would focus, really doesn't want to. But do you see the red and the green and the orange? Oh my goodness. Right? So these, yeah, it says, well, see, it doesn't actually circle them. I can't remember exactly, but anyway, these are over dye DMC for that chart. Again, please support some Ukrainian designers, or if you aren't feeling like buying more patterns, maybe consider donating the money that you would spend on a pattern towards a Ukrainian relief effort, like UNICEF, like any of the big ones, but specifically there are other ones too. This morning I donated to Sirius, which is SIRUS, Sirius, yeah, with an extra I. I can't spell out loud. It's known. It's an animal shelter just outside of Kyiv, and yes, it's Kyiv, not Kiev. They don't have any more capacity for animals, but they need help because there are so many animals. Just to give you a little helpful conversion, 250 in their currency, UAH, is about $8 US, and 500 would be about $16, $17 US. So I donated 500 of their currency, which I do not, is it kroner? No, it's not. Absolutely not. I cannot remember the name of it. Hang on. I don't want to look like a fool, so I'm going to take a second to learn it. This is what you do, right? You gotta learn. You gotta listen and learn. Hryvnia. Hryvnia or hryvnia is the currency. So 500 hryvnia is about $16 US. So I donated that this morning. That's very little, but that's about as much as I would spend on a pre-kitted, little stamped cross stitch or whatever it might be, That's nothing to me. It's a lot for them. So find a charity that you want to support, whether it be for kids or for animals or for, asylum seekers, whatever it might be. Every little bit helps. And this morning I read an article that said that they are at capacity in Ireland for sending actual goods, which is what I was originally going to do. But there's other ways to support. There are. And if you need help, just reach out. We will help. I'm at the point where I can help now. Let's talk about plans. So plans, I have a few. Oh, no. I'm not ready for plans. Hold on. Back up. See, it was on the floor. I forgot about it. Whip. Actually, I don't think I did anything else. All right, this is the Epic Pokemon Gen 1 by Lord Libidin. I'm not sure if I did any more. I think I might have done that wing up there. Maybe a little bit of the face here since the last time that you saw. This is a huge pattern. I'm stitching this to raise money for Child's Play on Twitch, and it has been neglected because I took the break, but it's fine. We will just keep moving on and keep going. So stitching this 1/1 on 18 count Ada that I dyed myself, hand dyed, technically machine wash dyed. And there's not much else to say about this. This I plan on working on as much as I can coming up. But like I said, my focus piece has been the chatelaine. So this is not getting as much love as I would like it to. I put this away in order to work on my Ukrainian stitch. So you would have seen, I am filming this on Friday. You would have seen me work on this on Twitch yesterday, if you were on Twitch. If you weren't, I will be further than this by the time you see this video. Inception, maybe. But once this is complete, then I will go back to stitching on the Pokemon during my Twitch streams. Also, to the person who told me about how to hold back the extra fabric on large, cross stitches that have a lot of fabric. Thank you so much. I haven't implemented it yet, but basically, instead of doing what I do, which is like bundle it up on the sides like this, you can actually run a ribbon under this part of the Q-snap, the top part here. Run a ribbon under it, and then you can tie it. Makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense, but that means that I would have to move my Q-snaps, and I'm not ready to do that right now. But when I go to move the Q-snap, I absolutely will. Rewind. Now we were going to go, or fast forward again, we're going to go into plans. Whip Go numbers for March have been called. 15 and 21. 15 on my board is to stitch a kit. So I pulled out my Riolis unicorn that I won on a Michelle Bendy auction back in 2020. So I will be working on my Riolis unicorn. At some point this month, I have 500 stitches. All of my goals on WhipGo are 500 stitches, just so that I can touch it for like a day or two. That's the idea. And then keep going with it if I really like it. I don't have much done, so I hope to get a bit done. Maybe I'll work down. I find it easier to work down than up. So just work down like that for 500 stitches. This is a paper pattern, so it's going to be hard to count stitches. I'm going to probably guesstimate. But yeah, exciting. I have been looking for an excuse to stitch on this, but I need a lot of concentration, so I can't really do it on a stream or in a video, you know what I mean? Which, I made a whip and chat. Did you see it? Finally made a whip and chat again. I also drew the number 21, and 21 says tricky, and because this bag has the word tricky on it, that was my idea in the beginning when I wrote tricky, is that I would work on my Pokemon, because I need more excuses to work on that as well. And then I'm also going to try to pull out my cryptid, because when I was in my Patreon Zoom calls, Angelica, or Rose Red, was just about finished with hers. So I need to work on my cryptid cell again. I did finish Frogman though. Was that another thing that I did? No, that was last month, right? I did the Hopkins Goblin and the Frogman. And I got them done really quick. And I keep snapping those two needle minders together. But anyway, look at how cute he is. That's so cute. So cute. Love him. Yeah, those are my plans. And also work on the chatelaine, because I want to keep that up. Now that the days are getting brighter earlier, it's easier for me to sit and stitch on that and have a dedicated time to actually stitch on that. However, this week has been very busy because my friend is here, so it's a little difficult. Also, in case you didn't see last episode, I asked for feedback on what apps you use with digital patterns if you have an iOS device, like an Apple device, and Markup RXP and XODO, Zodo, or Shodo, those both work for iOS as well as Android. So those are good programs to use if you can't get Pattern Keeper because you don't have an Android device. Thank you so much to the folks who answered that question. I really appreciate it. Let's get into the knitting portion. So if you're not here for the knitting, I will see you next week. But I want to show you, I've got some progress. Last time I showed you my Marrakesh cardigan by Adria Phil. They are a company that makes yarn. I managed to get a little bit more done. So now I should be binding off, I think. Did I do any more? I think I did a few more rows. I'm going to go ahead and move my stitch marker. I don't think I definitely didn't do that much. I couldn't have. That doesn't look right. But I definitely put in at least 5-6 rows. Really good for just watching TV and zoom, stockinette. You can see that I moved over to the new ball. So I have absolutely started and done more, but I haven't done very much. Put those together. And then I've got to mark it off because I think I'm at, once you get to the back of the neck on that cardigan, that's where you bind off. So I'm going to measure it because I'm not making a long cardigan. It's designed to be a long cardigan, but I have hips and hips don't work with long flowy clothes. So it'll stop right there and I'm going to bind off the back and then get started on the front panels. Then I have had a lot of time with this beautiful beast. This is my Stephen West, or West Knits, what is it called again? Slip Stravaganza. right? Yes. Slipstravaganza. I'm going to open it up here in the middle so that you can really see what's going on. I've just finished section 3 on this pattern. And where this little gummy bear is, where it's hooked on to here, is how much I've done since the last time that I showed it to you a few months ago. I think the last time that I worked on this was when I had COVID, right after Christmas, just at New Year's. I think that's the last time you saw it. It's been 2 months. This has taken a lot of time, but I haven't knit nearly as much as I've been stitching for the past 2 months. So, yeah. Isn't it gorgeous? Love these colors together. Heike dyed these Stone Cold Coffee Crafts on YouTube and Twitch. She actually dyed this yarn except for the black. The black is from Mothy and the Squid. This is Midnight Black. So I have another skein of it. Do you see how it's like, it absorbs light. It's wonderful. So I've got just this much left of that ball. And these are what the cakes of other colors look like. Look at this gray. So beautiful. Such a gorgeous tonal. So I'm going to move my gummy bear while I talk about it. I started Slipstravaganza right before. Is it before? Oof. Now I'm having trouble remembering. I know I started this a while ago. I think I started it before or in the summer or the spring last year. Because the yarn was a Christmas gift. Oh, yes. The yarn was an Advent gift from Heike to me. But I was in the States. I just pulled that out of myself. She sent these over for Christmas. I wasn't here for Christmas. When I got back in April, I opened my gift from her. So I started stitching or knitting this right away. And I got most of the honeycomb section, that first center triangle section done before I put it down. Then I picked it up and oh my God, this section is my absolute favorite. I wish that I could have like a whole garment in that. It's so beautiful. And then I started these. These take a long time. We now have about 515 stitches on the needles. So one row is often all I can do in a sitting. If I'm watching a few movies or if I'm dedicated to watching Flosstube for the evening, I can do 3 or 4 rows, but it takes a long time. For this project, I highly recommend that you get a stitch counter, one of these, or the finger one, but I would recommend a manual one because yeah, I don't trust the digital ones. I'm afraid that the battery is going to run out or something. So I'm on row 60. I've just finished section 3, so I'm going to reset that to 0, and we're going to start off with the first row of the 4th section. I don't even know what's next, y'all. I think it's like this cool little, almost like little bones, like little chicken wings. The little chicken wings. So that's going to be fun. Again, that's what it looks like in half. And I've been having a blast on it. I've got to get, I'm trying to finish it before the spring. Because I don't like to knit in the summer. It's too sticky and hot. I know there are some people who love knitting in the summer, but I really don't. Summer and fall, it takes me until October or November to get into a knitting mood. So I'm trying to get as much done before the end of the season as possible. What else did I get? Oh, so I did some rearranging. I put away some mini skeins, as you can see. The little mini skein vase that I had back there, I have emptied a lot of that into a storage bag. I'm trying to keep my yarn nice and safe and away from like dust and stuff. So I still have quite a bit of yarn here, but I've had to do some rearranging with my new computer and everything. So my background is going to look a little like a hot mess for a little while, but it's all right. We'll get there. Okay, I think that's it. I think I'm just rambling now. So thank you. Thank you for watching till the end, if you did. I appreciate it. I really love it when you watch my videos, so thank you. You really don't have to, but it's always nice to hear from you as well. So if you feel like commenting, but I know that there's a lot of lurkers out there and it's just fine. You're fine. Don't worry about it. It's okay. I will read you a poem before we leave today from A Lick and a Promise by Imelda May. And I'm going to read a little bit of a longer one this time. It's called Horizon. You're the fire to my sky, the soft of a mist, the petal flush of a fluttering kiss. You're the breath of a breeze on an oven day, a GAA shawl on a silver night. You're the lilt on a laugh I gave away 1,000,000 times without the magic, the light on Loch Bay. The sky gave it to gaze into and see its own beauty looking back. You're the feathers spreading from my fingertips, lifting me higher than I thought I could rise without my feet leaving the ground. The hand holding mine to a better me. You're the journey proceeding with ease of a greased up ship, all sails up, gliding to a horizon that feels like it could be ours. That is a beautiful, romantic poem. And if you're wondering what a GAA shawl is, GAA is Gaelic football. So I don't exactly know what the shawl is, but I like the sentiment. I like the sentiment, of course. So that's it for me today. I hope you all have a fantastic day, a wonderful weekend, and I will see you all soon in my next video. Take care. Bye.